All right, are we live? Sorry, YouTube, I don't know what happened, but for some reason we dropped out. So welcome to day 3, and we will just keep going with exactly where we are. I'll just get this link sent out to you. So there we go. Awesome. All right, lucky we got that sorted before we went too much further ahead. So good. About finding your heart, so then you can take what you truly want. Finding your true choices is the third big aspect of this work. The first is structure. The second is using the superconscious to remove limitations. And then the third is to really find your purpose, your reason for being here, your meaning, your dharma, why you're here, what really is going to matter to you about what you want to create. Because at the end of it, a successful life is the one that you've chosen. And a successful life can be anything you want. But sometimes removing everyone else's expectations and other conditioning can take a very, very, very long time. But luckily, we've got the shortcut, and we can show you what's not a true choice. So everyone write this down. What's it, Magnet? Oh, you got the chat box questions, hey? Yeah, cool. Someone's asked about the link for the giveaway. We'll make sure that you've got it. But right now, let's just focus on being here and part of this, hey? Cool. Okay. So what is a true choice? Okay. You'll see here on page 55, a true end result or a true choice is something you desire to create for no other reason than you would just love to see it created. For no other reason than you would just love to see it created. You don't need any other reason. You don't need to write a big why. You don't need any of that. You just need to choose something you would love. And you love it. There's nothing else. If you have an end result that you want to make millions of dollars, great. You don't need another reason. If you want to start a charity because that's what you'd love, great. But what we can get ourselves into is we can get ourselves into what's called a negative vision. Yeah, thanks, Alison. So if you want to change this to a true end result, it's just something I love, something that makes me happy. That's great. That's the same thing. Okay, that's it. Someone says, what if we want to harm others? Or what if what we want harms others? Well, you choose what you love and you do you. And I'm sure that other people would love not to be harmed. And so, you know, you'll be in an interesting conflict. That's what will happen with that because other people are powerful. I'm just going to, very important. You're going to choose what you love, what makes you feel good. You do you. You do you. And you're gonna stay in the end result of what it is that you love to create. The challenge is that many of us aren't in a true choice. What you think you want to create is not what you're really trying to create. Instead, there is a secondary intention, a secondary gain, a secondary fear. There's something else going on, and that's what you're really, really, really trying to create. So I call a true choice that's not true a negative vision, because we've actually cast a negative vision, and that's what set us out to go on a non-true choice. Can everyone type that in? Negative vision. It's a negative vision. You say, well, I'm going to go for the money. But you're not just saying I'm going to go for the money. What you really want is you want to go for the money because then you're going to feel safe. You see? And so it's negative. The vision you cast was a negative vision of not being safe. And so you had to go for this. So most of us, I'm sorry to say, most of us have negative visions until we learn this work. You know, most of us have negative visions, and they're visions of negativity and then what we'll do to avoid it. All right. But that's okay. You're going to learn the opposite now. So there's 7 points in creating a true choice. And this is explained deeply in the book. But the first way that we cast a negative vision, okay? The first way we cast a negative vision is trying to resolve a negative belief, okay? Please type this in, write it down, highlight it. Number one is we try to resolve a negative belief about ourselves, okay? And our goal is actually about completing a way we feel incomplete. Okay, so let's discuss this. I was sitting down at one of the lowest points in my life, and I was in complete stress. I went and walked down to the beach. And as I walked down there, I was contemplating everything that was going on with my life. I had 2 gyms and sold a franchise. I had 2 hair salons. I had a digital marketing business, a speaking business, a coaching business. I was traveling every second or third week. I was in a different city to speak. I was crazy. I'd come home to a tax bill, a manager that was leaving, and all this stress. And I went for a walk. I went for a walk as I'm recounting all of these things. Actually, I'd started a social media agency as well. I just had all these things going on. And I was so stressed. And it was like about 10 or 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And I walked down to the beach and I sat down and I started just closed my eyes. And I thought, man, this is, this big tax bill is basically going to wipe out my profits. How could this manager do this to me? They're supposed to be my friend, all of these things. And along come these 2 people to interrupt my peace. And they were, elderly gentlemen who were away to go fishing. And they were there and they were just making all sorts of noise. And they decide that, here's my seat. They decide that fishing right there about, 20 feet from me was where they need to be. So I'm sitting there and I'd kind of tried to escape busyness, sit there, and here's these 2 guys. And I just think, really, really? Do you have to fish right there and be so loud? What the heck are you doing anyway? It's Tuesday mid-morning. Why aren't you at a job? Why haven't you employed yourself? And I start judging. Why haven't you employed yourself in society? Why are you such a taker, not a creator? What are you doing? How could you just be like that? And so they're there and they start talking and they just say, oh, what a great day. It was, in the mid-20s or the high 70s. So it was a good day, beautiful, beautiful blue skies. And they would say, man, this is so great. And they start laughing at their friend or something who wasn't there. And they were calling him a office jockey. Trapped in the cubicle and blah. And so I'm sitting there and I realize that I'm sitting in the perfect seat. That I'm sitting in the perfect seat. And that these 2 guys knew more about being happy than I did. Here I was with hundreds of thousands of followers on my Instagram account and, looking successful and traveling and all these businesses and all these things, but I wasn't even happy. I wasn't even happy. And I had to realize nothing that I had gone for, was true. It was all to prove to the world that I was good enough, that I'd have enough businesses and money and success and accolades, that I was finally good enough. And in that moment, I collapsed that structure. Within 3 months, I sold my hair salons, sold my gyms, exited out of one company and stopped the speaking business altogether. I'd made the choice that if it wasn't better than me just having a few coaching clients and walking to the beach and enjoying my day, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I said, if it's not better than a couple $1,000s in profit a month, and me to have the time to sit on the beach when I want without having all this stress, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. See, I wasn't actually going for what I wanted. I was actually trying to prove to the world that I was good enough. So the first negative belief that someone can have is to prove they don't think that they're good enough. And so they want to prove to it. They want to prove. If you are living out of the I need to prove to the world, you don't actually live for you. You live for everyone to see how good your work is, how good your performance is, how good you are at your job, occupation, how good you are at something, not you. You sacrifice your happiness for other people clapping at a thing you did good in an attempt to try to be seen as good enough. That's the first negative belief we can live from. The second one is not worthy. The I'm not worthy person doesn't have true goals. They actually just have goals to prove that they are finally, well, not sorry, prove, to, my dysfunction just was loud then, wasn't it? This person goes out to become worthy in an idea that if they became worthy, the world will just hand them what it is that they desire. Typically, a person living out of not worthy sets goals like this. I'll start a charity. I'll help millions of people. I'll help my kids and my this, and I'll help them, and I'll help them, and I'll help them. And all their goals about how they're going to do good in the world. And they have a lie in their head that says, if I do good enough for everyone else, then someone else is going to give me everything I want. And then they get really resentful when they say, but Chris, I've been helping everyone. And I help my kids. And I've helped all these people. And I just want to help others. No, you don't. There's things you actually want for you. You actually want it for you. And the hardest thing is the helper never allows the help to come back. And so they look at their goals and they go, actually, none of these goals are true. I actually just want to do art by the beach. But here I am trying to create this amazing charity to finally save and help and blah, 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 so I can finally have this. Can anyone relate to the first two? So that this person, they were rewarded by being good as a kid. If they helped someone, then their parents said, thank you for being so generous and helping. Here's a new bike. Or they helped and they felt internal gratification by it. Then it's somewhere along the line, they forgot they're allowed to just have something for themselves. Does that make sense? They forgot about themselves, and they keep thinking that if they can go do this, they're going to get this. See, if they have a true choice that they just want to help a lot of people, fantastic. That's a great true choice. But a lot of times it's like, I want to help a lot of people so then I can make a lot of money. Or I want to help a lot of people so I can da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, what you actually want is the other thing. Who's with me? That's the first two, by the way. The third one is that a person believes that they're insignificant. They believe they're insignificant. So they turn up to goal setting and they say, I'm insignificant. So I want this so I can finally be seen. Now, I think I already told you guys the story this weekend. I had someone come to me and say, Chris, I really want to be a best-selling author. I'm like, awesome. What book are you writing? Oh, I'm going to get a ghostwriter to write it. I was like, okay. And I'm going to get a ghostwriter to write it. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. So then I could be bestseller. What's that going to do? Everyone's going to clap me for being a bestseller. Oh, okay. But you didn't even write it. You know, it's kind of like the person who gets magnetic mind certification by copying someone else's test. They say, yeah, look how great I am. But they can't coach. You know, they didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't do it. And so they're going for the significance rather than going for you know, to become the thing. A ghostwriter is someone who writes on someone else's behalf. Yeah. Now, the other way the other way that an insignificant belief shows up is a person doesn't have any goals. They just say, I'm insignificant, so I'll have I'll have no goals. Okay. Yeah. Does that make sense? I'll have no goals. Right. So the next is a person has a negative belief that they don't belong. So instead of going for truth, they're actually going to try to create belonging. Right? They want to belong somewhere. So when you see their choices or their goals, they're all about, well, I'm going to create this community or this family or this thing, not because they love it, because they say, because I never had that, because I want somewhere to belong, And if you try to even talk to them about a relationship disintegrating, they'll never allow that to be. All of their choices about how they're going to belong and what's going to facilitate that. The next is someone who believes they don't have the capability. They don't have the capability. So instead of going for what they love, if someone feels that they don't have the capability to create what they love, they go on a search to bring enough resources in so then they can finally go and do what they want. Okay? If you're living out an I'm not capable, you'll have things where you say, well, Chris, I need to create enough time. I say, you need to create time? Well, if you can, here's a bunch of money, because I'd love it if you could create time. I need to create time. Why do you need time? Because I need time to do this. What happens is I say, well, go quit your job. That will give you time. Oh, well, no, because I need money. Yeah, actually, Chris, the other thing I need to create is I need to get money so I can do this. Oh, and I don't have enough smarts. So I need to go in. I need to go get all of these degrees and all this education so I can finally do it. And really, I'm going to need a lot of people. So I need people to do it. Does that make sense? The person who thinks that they're not capable, they always have something else that they can't, that they have to get in order to have it. They always got this reason. Oh, Chris, I just need to create money, because if I can create the money, then I'll start the thing, then I'll da. Chris, honestly, look, when the kids finally leave home, then I'll have the capability, then I'll have the ability to go and do it. Does that make sense? They're not focusing on what they love. They're too busy trying to increase their capability, increase what's available so then they can do it. But they live out a dysfunctional negative vision that they can't just go do it themselves. You see, they knock themselves out of it completely. And then the last one here is a person that believes they're not perfect. And so all their goals are actually about perfecting themselves. So they're very disciplined, normally short-sighted, disciplined, need to be perfect. So instead of saying, this is what I love, they say, well, Chris, what I want to create is, the perfect body. And I want to have the perfect body. And you know what I want to create? I've got to create the best relationship. And it's going to be like this. And you know what? I've got to have the best discipline. And I've got to have this. And this has got to be like that. And they're so controlled. And they're not going for what they love. They're actually going to create an ideal that they've decided in their mind is how they should be. How they should be. So we're going to be doing some really good work on finding what you love today. When you look at what you write down, it should just be a pure intent and no reason other than you just love it. You just love it. No secondary, I'm going to do this because then I'm going to get the admiration of others, or I'm going to, all of that. That's not a true choice. That's you casting a negative vision and then trying to solve it. Okay. Yeah, so someone's just typed in, said, if I choose to have more money than I can spend, this isn't a true choice because I want the money to do stuff. So should my choice to be able to do stuff I want? I don't know. It could be both. So everyone's allowed to have any choice they want. So if you say to me, Chris, I just want to have more money than I can spend. Why? Because I'd love that. I'd love that. I'd go, fantastic. If you'd love it, go create it. And then you say, well, also, I've got other choices. I'd like to own it, the blah, blah, blah. And I'd like to do this, and I'd like to do that. Great. When you give me a reason, or you give me a secondary thing, and we're going into it deeper, that's when I know that it's not true. And that you're doing one of the next things that we're going to talk about as well. Okay? You know it's true because in your heart, in your truth, you would just love it. I have people every week, they go, Chris, you know, if this works so great, why are you charging for it? You know, shouldn't it just be free? And they plaster their values and beliefs all over me, and I annoy them. They say, why do you charge for it? I say, because I want to. That's it. I want to. And they say, well, I don't think that's right. And I say, you're allowed to think that. Enjoy your opinion. You don't need, there's no right way. That's what you choose. You choose to give it away for free. Brilliant. So going into the next step, you're just allowed to have it your way. You're allowed to have it your way, whatever way that is. Whatever way that is, it's you. You're powerful. I'm powerful. We're all powerful. You have it your way. You do you. I'll do me. And let's go create a life we love. Does that sound good? So doesn't that sound good? Yeah. Doesn't sound good. Let me look in the chat box. Doesn't that sound good to you? Yeah. You do you. That's it. You say, anyone says, why do you want to do that? That's what I'm choosing to live. That's what I'm choosing to experience. That's it. There's no other reason, because any other reason is just making it not true. It's just, no, that's what I'm doing. That's it. Okay. So the second point. So the first point was to resolve a negative belief. Okay. And then the second is the second way that we stay in a negative vision is through reaction. Okay. So number 2 is reaction. Type it in. Number 2 is reaction. Your goal is actually a desire to get away from an unwanted circumstance or condition. Your goal is actually a desire to get away from an unwanted circumstance or condition. So I'm going to do this because of this. An example was, I got fired, so I'm going to start a business. Or I hate my boss, so I'll start a business. This person didn't want the business, just something happened that caused them to do it. So let me ask you this. I hate my boss, so I'm starting a business. Where's the power in this? It's very different to, you know what? I'm so excited, I'm going to start a business. It's completely different focus, isn't it? Well, how about this? Oh, I feel overweight, so I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go move because I feel crap. True? The power is in that they don't feel good, so then they go do that. So guess what happens? Whenever you're in reaction, you always oscillate. Because as soon as you move away from the thing you don't want, that thing's no longer a problem. So therefore, there's no motivation left. So you just slide on back. So someone says, oh, I don't fit my skinny jeans the way I used to. I better go to the gym. So they go down to the gym and they work out and they do it and they eat healthy and they go, yeah, that feels better. And then guess what? They stop going to the gym. Right? They didn't, and then guess what happens? Oh gosh, here it is again. I see this with money all the time. Someone goes, oh, I'm so broke, I don't have the money. So they race out to go and create money. And as soon as they have just enough, then their motivation's gone. It wasn't a true choice. So if any of your choices are in reaction, you need to let that go, accept what happened, and ask yourself what's true. Make sense? Good. Moving on. The next is through limitation. Number 3, write it in. Limitation. Your goal is actually focused on what you think is possible for you not what you would really love. So someone's typed in, hopefully in the process of fitting into their skinny jeans, they develop a passion for loving their body or great health. And I love you for typing it in, but can you see the hopeful blah, blah, blah? You know what? So it's just, it doesn't work. Instead, they need to say, what would I really love to do with my body? What would I really love to do? What would I love to be? Choose that choice. What would I love to create? I'd love to create, you know, being able to dance passionately or look in the mirror and go, yes, look at that. I would love to be able to create going on a long walk or a bicycle trip or a this or that. I would love to be strong. I would love to be able to, you know, pick something. I'd love to do that. And I'd love to go kayaking. Or I'd love to go skiing more. I'd love to be able to do this. And when they get into the true end result of what they would actually love to do, then their body needs to be in the right shape to do that. It's about getting a true choice. Does that make sense? I hope that that just clarified that. Right? It's going for what they really want to do, not problem solving, what they really want to have. Or anyway, number 3, limitation. Okay, limitation. Limitation is when a person really wants something, but they think only this is available for them. So something that they truly say and they see and they go, I'd really love to be this, but I'll do this. And what happens with this is that they lose all the energy of what they're creating. You see? They say, I would really love this. I'd really love to do this big thing and blah, whatever it is, or I'd love to have this much freedom or do this, but here's what's possible. So this is what I'm going to write down because I don't want to be disappointed. See, your biggest joy in life is who you're going to become when you create something that was impossible for you at the beginning. Your is impossible, then you have a really difficult time with creation. Does that make sense, everyone? So if you limit, you cut off what you really want. All right, good. So that's limitation, and you'll see it in yourself today, and there's good content in here about it. Number four is others' opinions. Others' opinions. Instead of going for what you want, you're basing what you want on other people's opinions. So this is what dad thinks. This is what mum thinks. This is what this is what all these people think. So that's what I'm going to do. It's actually a very difficult thing to unhinge from if you get caught in it. This is what society thinks. Most of us are programmed to what society thinks our goals should be. I'll give you an example of one. Many people think that they should make a lot of money and be retired. I think that that's a good goal. You know, I want to make a ton of money. I want to retire young, or just I want to retire. That no one actually wants that. They want what they're going to do with the retirement. True? Because if you just set up, I'm going to do nothing, how boring is that? Isn't it true? They say, I want to retire and then I'll figure it out. Well, why don't you choose what you would like to do and do that now so that you don't need to think about then giving up what you're doing? But can you see that the other people's opinions, most people, the first thing when I ask, what do you want to do? Oh, I'd love to be financially free. Oh, yeah, for what? I say, oh, you know, well, I'd like to be financially free because I like to buy stuff. I'd say, like what? And they look at me like, what do you mean like what? I'm like, well, like what? They're like, oh, well, my dream house, you know, then my car, and then you know, then I give some money to my family. Yeah, I'll give them some money, and second house, another car, boat, yeah. And I'm like, right, so you just got all this stuff. Yeah, I'm like, so how much do you get out? How much joy do you actually get out of your current car? Do you go boating already? You know, how much fun are you already having in your current house with your current backyard and your current stuff? Like, are you actually do any of this? Is any of this, you know, worth going for? So great. So let's say you get all of that. So you're in this big empty house with flash cars and, you're there. Then what? Oh, help people. Yep, they say, I'll help people. How are you going to help people? Oh, I'd start a charity. What one? Oh, well, there's lots of problems, Chris. I'd find one to work on. Well, if it's so much your purpose, why not do it now? And you literally start to pull apart this idea that they had that everything will be solved when they got this thing called financially free, because it's been forced down our throats our whole life. Who agrees with me? Instead, they say, this is what I want to do. And I want to do it as fast as possible. This is how I want to be. True? True? Isn't it massive? Because we live in this weird idea that right, well, when I have the time, then I'll figure it out. No, you won't. You'll never get there because there's nothing in it. There's no energy. Let's say you go own all those things, and then every person still has to work a 9-to-5 job. So you get this big house, this big car, all this stuff, right? And then you're there at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Don't know why it's Tuesdays all of a sudden today, but 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Your spouse is at work. All your friends are at work. Your kids are at school. And there you are sat in your house. You think, well, what am I going to do? So you think, well, I'm so financially free. I'm going to go play golf because now I like golf, or I'm going to go fishing. And the only person I can hang out with is like some 80-year-old, 90-year-old, Well, that's what you work for. Or they go, well, I'd go to some fancy island in some name that they can't say well. And they'll go sit in this fancy island. And they'll say, yeah, I'm going to drink cocktails. I go, great, cool. First week, drink cocktails, have some fun. That sounds good. Second week, drink cocktails, sit by the beach. Third week, if you're still drinking cocktails, walking around in the sun, you're a functional alcoholic. Functional. You're just walking around drinking all day. Is that your life? True? Is that really what you're on the planet for? And so the point is, is that we're living out of what other people have said is right for us, right? So the question is what would you really love to spend your time with? What would you really love? And this is the biggest question you're ever going to ask yourself. Hardest question. What would I really love? With all the money and all the time and all the freedom in the world, how would I really love to spend my day? How would I really love to spend my week? Love. What would be your ideal week that you would love and you could live it every week for the rest of your life? What would you do with it? What would you share? How would you be? What would you love? That's what we're after here. None of this other stuff. Number 5, control. Number 5 is control. Number 5 is control. If you're living out of control, your goals have to show up in this exact way that you want them. So usually the control is with time frames, circumstances, or people. So we say, I must have this by this. The only time frame that works is as fast as possible. It takes 9 months, well, nearly 10, to create a human being. That's as fast as possible. There are certain rhythms there are certain rhythms. So when I say as fast as possible, it doesn't mean tomorrow. It means there's a rhythm. You want to grow a massive business, there's a rhythm. It takes something. You want to grow a great relationship, it's going to take time. There's a rhythm. So the second is circumstances. I must have it in this exact way. And you hold on to something too long, or people. So instead of going for a true end result is to be in relationship with someone that you love to be in relationship with. A controlled end result is I want a happy relationship with this exact person. See, that two people can grow, It's a very, 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 very different choice saying, I want to have a loving relationship that fills me up versus I want to have a loving relationship that fills me up with this person. As soon as you do that, you're putting control and you're misappropriating the idea that that person's not going to change and have their own goals and desires and dreams. So you're trying to control an outcome rather than being in an open outcome that that person could fit into or not. That's what's key. I want to have a business that I love is very different than trying to control. So control is when you impose conditions on your creation. Number 6, I do this. This is my dysfunctional way of doing things. So I can talk to you about this one until you've all heard it through and through. But I'll just give you the just what you need. Number 6, indirectness. Indirectness. Number 6 is indirectness. Instead of going straight for what someone wants, they go for this to get this. An example I had, I was working with this business client one time. So stressed. He says, Chris, I need to at least triple the profit in my company. I said, wow, great. Let's go. I said, just quickly, what's that going to do for you? He said, Chris, if I can triple the profit in my company, then I can hire a CEO, and then I'm going to be able to spend more time with my kids. Light bulb went off. I said, oh, so you want to spend more time with your kids? Is that what you want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, great, okay, great. What's stopping you spending more time with your kids? Well, I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got all these things. So, Chris, I need to triple my profits, hire a CEO, and then this is how I'll do it. So, what would your ideal day be? Well, my ideal day would be, I'd wake up, I'd be with my kids, I'd be able to take them to school. Then I'd go do a bit of work during the day. I'd pick them up from school. I'd go to their sports. I'd hang out with them, and I'd be a really good dad, and I'd spend time with my wife. And I was like, oh, that just sounds great. I love that. And I said, well, how much money do you really need each month to cover all your bills and everything else? He said, oh, well, this much, and that's why I need the CEO to da-da-da. I said, great. And then if you were to add all the holidays and everything else and savings, well, he said this much. And I said, mate, you're making more than that. You're making more than that. And he goes, yeah, I know, but I need to do it with time for you. And so I looked at his business and I said, what if you just got rid of these 5 clients that are taking all this time and stop selling that which has your time attached to it? Let's look at the numbers. And the truth was, when he got into his end result of what he really wanted, a smaller business was actually the simple and easy way for him to have a life he loved. His business size went down, his time freedom went up, and his satisfaction in life was just the way he wanted it. Because he got focused on what he really wanted. He got focused on what he really wanted and not trying to do this, to do this, to do this, to finally arrive here. And imagine if he had gone and done that and wasted 2 or 3 years trying to figure out how to grow it, then find the right CEO and then trust them and all these things. And in that time, his kids just grew up and he missed it. He was stressed out about it. And I said, look, you can always go back to doing it the way you did it. Why not give it a go and have it now? And then you can grow up big later when you want, but you're never going to get this again. And this is what you say is the most important thing to you. Anyway, he did it, never looked back. Indirectness. Indirectness is when what you think you're going for is not what you are going for. Isn't it beautiful? It is beautiful. Yes, Wendy, you're the only one in human history that feels overwhelmed. What's that question about? Oh, no. Everyone said, no, you're not. No, you're not. Buddy. It's all right if this is your first time learning the information, then it's a lot. That is why we spend a year learning all of this. Does that make sense, everyone? We do the same course 4 times a year so that all of you have time to assimilate. Does that make sense, Wendy? Does that make sense, everyone? Is that you don't have to try to get it all in one go, guys. We are giving you the whole thing. Remember, I said to you that this is the last program you're ever going to need. Didn't I say that to you? Yeah, true. And the reason is because it's all here. And so I love you. I love you for typing that in. But is there anyone else going, man, this is a lot of stuff? If it wasn't a lot of stuff, why would I need a year for you to assimilate to it all? Is it true, Wendy? Yeah, you're a legend. But it's true. If it wasn't a lot and you had to, it didn't take, well, why would we need a year? That'd be silly. That's why I say we need a year. You need to apply. It took me 2 years just to get through, to understand recode, and then another 2 years for creation. I was super slow, but I didn't have it this clear for all of you. By the way, can I ask, who's having a good day 3 so far? Or having fun learning some stuff? All right, last one, default. Default. This person doesn't really have goals. Number 7 says default. This person doesn't really have goals. They just say, oh, I'm good. I don't need anything else. This is actually where I ended up. I did so much recode. I was like, I don't need anything. I'm good. I'm just going to float. If you're in default and you don't need anything, you're actually very superconductive. And that means that you have no resistance. You can just go anywhere. And the challenge with that is if you have no structures in place of what you're creating, you will fall into the structures of other creations. And who's seen the happy-go-lucky hippie type, and they just seem to get pushed around by the world, and they sort of turn up to just improbable circumstances and health conditions, and they're all like, oh, this is fine, yeah, this is all right, and they just keep getting battered around. The reason why they keep getting battered around, but they still seem, well, I'm just all happy, the epicure, they're just happy with life, is that they never set out with any sort of tension. And if you don't create tension in your life, the world is going to come in and be a co-creator. You're not the predominant creative force in your life. You're here to create. Otherwise, what are you doing? At least you're here to create, a great day or a great this. You need choices. You need tension in your life. You need things that you're creating. You need to be going for things. If you're not going for things, if you're not creating, you will be put into societies, government creations. You'll be put into people who don't have your best intentions creations. And you'll also get put into some pretty good ones too, but it'll be the luck of the draw, you see. So it is good to be really content and happy with everything you have now, and you must have choices. You must have tension in your life so that you're really going for it. Make sense? Otherwise, your kids, your family, the government, society, your neighbors, you'll just find yourself in other people's things, and you don't know where you'll end up. So that's default. So if we were to summarize everything we're talking about right now, I would summarize and say a true choice is just something you would love to have. It does not change you. It's just something you would love to be or have. You are a superconscious creator. You don't need any other reason. It's just what you love. It's not limited. It's just what you'd love. It's just precise. It's what you'd love. It's not bigger than what you'd love. It's not smaller than what you love. It's just what you'd love. And that's it. It's not other people's opinions. It's just what you would love. It's not indirect, going for this to get there. It's not reacting to something. You're not trying to control it or uncontrol. It's just what you would love. This is what you would love. And it's definitely not trying to complete a way you feel incomplete, or it's not trying to resolve a negative belief. So, a true choice is something you would love to experience for no other reason than you would love it. And that's it, because you are a powerful creator. You don't need another reason. You just love it. There's nothing you can't have now. You just choose it. Sounds good? All right, so how was that? You could spend months just pondering what I've covered in this first hour today, but I think it's been a good first hour. We are going to have a short break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to shift gears. We're going to learn to connect with our superconscious and how that process works. Okay. Then we are going to be learning to create a body connection, and then we're going to be doing blue mist. You will today find your true choices. You will find your heart. So let's give ourselves 7 minutes. Just have a little break, get a tea or coffee. Make sure you're ready to go. When you come back, we're going to be sitting down in exercises. It's a good time, if you haven't yet, to post a review. Leave a review on Amazon. Make sure you have your full name there so we can see who it is. We do have a lot of merchandise that we'll be giving away. If you leave a video, it's worth 3 points. Amazon review, 2 points. A post or an email, 1 point. Super appreciate all of that. If you haven't entered to win the Superconscious Transformation, now's a good time. Would someone post that link in for those who haven't done it? You don't need to do anything else, but make sure you put a good entry in. After this break, we're going to get all the entries, read them, and if they're submitted to good integrity, and we know that your name will go in the draw. That's it. So you just need to put it down. Secret hack is just say that it's a true choice that you've got to have for no other reason. So let's have a 6-minute break. It's 14 past the hour. Let's come back at 20 minutes past the hour. Oh, it's 5 minutes now. 5-minute break. If you hear me speaking again, we're back. Bye. on our way. So we're learning a lot, I think. Is to have your true choice. And that's not easy. That's not easy. But we'll help you. Hope you get it right. And today you'll give it a good crack at getting it done. Yeah. Which is good. Oh, good timing. Perfect.
What do you have today?
Well, I don't know. It depends what you're bringing me. Harry's just come in. You can come say hi.
Hey guys, how are you? How's day 3? Just bringing the the stuff for the troops. Hey everybody, so good to see you.
Wow.
Hope you're having an amazing 3 days.
Looks good.
Yeah, I've got to keep the.
I know. Keep the
Yeah,
creators alive. What are they?
I got you a brown one. This is a healthy one. Banana protein something or other. Then Rochelle's got a green one because she's.
It's good. We're doing good. Lots of people out there.
Yeah, amazing. Hey guys. Yeah, smoothies are awesome. It's really nutrients packed in. Relationship goals. He needs a smoothie. I get him one.
I just wrote the choice down. I said
SUPERCONSCIOUS smoothie. Let's go.
No, really, I took obvious action and sent a text message.
Yeah, you did. You did. Took some good action.
All right, let me keep
Have a
going.
great day, guys. See you.
Perfect. All right. So, what are we talking about?
I feel like coffee lid.
What's wrong with the lid?
It might not be, just let you know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Very important part of the seminar. Ensuring I have that. Okay. So where are we up to? What are we doing? We are completely reorienting our lives, aren't we? Which is very, very, very good. Very good. So we're on page 63, and we're really kicking through this well, hey? Getting lots of stuff done. Cool. I'll have a seat for this one. We're going to do a little bit of an exercise here to start learning about our different systems and how our body is already communicating to us. So we actually have three. Well, we have many, but we have three main communication systems in our body. So we actually have a whole, let's call it a mind or a brain in our stomach. We have a whole nother mind or brain in our heart, and then we have another whole mind or a brain in our head. And each of these are receiving information all the time. In our Superconscious Intuition program, which is a 90-day program, we go into a heck of a lot more into that. And so you must learn how to get other information. Many of us are so caught up in only getting information from our head, we miss everything else. So we're going to do an exercise. So I'd like you all to think of a moment where you got things wrong. Just take a minute to think where you got it wrong. It might have been a mistake. You bought the wrong thing, or you ever had that time when you thought someone was saying something to you and it turned out to be the opposite? Just one to all my jokers out there. Just one. Okay, so just a time when it didn't work out right for you, you got it wrong, you made a mistake, you lost, whatever it was. Everyone happy with that? Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to experience that moment playing in your head when you didn't get it right and you got it wrong. So close your eyes. Close your eyes and do that. Experience the moment again. Hear what you hear. What were you thinking? How was it when you were going through that? Now, where in your body do you feel that? So notice your body. Where do you feel the emotion? What kind of emotion is it? Are there colors associated to it? Allow yourself to go into the moment and observe what is happening in your body. What do you know? Try not to use words that you use all terrible anxiety. So I feel sharp, or it's a sinking feeling in my stomach. Tell me, where do you feel it and how is it? And if you're not getting anything, think of another moment and just experience a moment you got it wrong and just notice how you feel. Okay? You'll find there's an aspect in your body linked to getting it wrong and a mistake. It's good. I'm just reading what everyone's typing in, so just allow yourself just to be there. Notice what it's like. How does your body respond when you got it wrong? What is your body like? Just become fluent in this and write it down. What's it like when you think about it? Okay. All right. That's it. Okay, so now let's leave that. So don't type in anymore. Don't write anything down. Leave that. You've got it. You've got it. Okay, so lots of good stuff. So just let that go. Let that go. We'll do something else. All right, everyone ready? Okay. So I wanted you to notice where it was on your body. I see some people writing, well, I felt pissed and angry. And I want you to know, where on your body did you feel it? And how did you feel? Yeah, that's what we look for, okay? So let that go now. Put that aside. Now, so put it aside. Don't be there anymore. Let that go. I want you to consider a time you got it all right. Like, when did you get it right? When did you win? When was it the right way? When was it true? When did you get things right? Think about some time when you got it right. You got it right. That was the right thing. You did it, and notice how that is. So close your eyes and experience it getting it right. Okay? So when you're experiencing getting it right, relive the moment again. Feel what it was like. Imagine it. Be in the moment of getting it right, when it was true, when it was right, when it was a good thing, when it was how you wanted. Where in your body do you feel the emotion of getting it right? What kind of emotion is it? Are there colors associated to it? Allow yourself to go into the moment and observe what is happening in your body when it's right. What do you notice? Type it in and look what everyone else is writing. It's great. Where do you notice on your body? If you would describe it to someone else, how that is, where is it? How does it feel? What's it like? Is it moving? Is it still? Is there colors? What's it like? So if you were to compare the two, what is the difference between when you made a mistake or you got it wrong, or when you succeeded and got it right in your body? What's the difference between the two? When I get it wrong, I feel it in my stomach. It's sinking. It feels dense. When I get it right, it's like this. What's the difference between the two? That's question number 5. What's the difference between the two? Okay. Brilliant. What's the difference between the two? Are they different? Your body has a communication system. It has a communication system. When we're creating goals, your head will lie to you about what you want. Your self-conscious, limited view of who you are will lie to you. So you know everything we've just talked about how to find your goals. You can't go with what your head thinks. Is it true? You can't go with what your head thinks. You need a different system to know what is true and when you're just lying to yourself. Who agrees with that? You listen to all of the stuff I've talked about before and you went, well, how am I going to know? When we do the blue mist exercise later today, and when you're learning to know what is true for you, you must remember how it felt when it was a truth, when you got it right. In our intuition course, this is like the first, who did the intuition course? This was the first, like, the first two emotions we did in the very first session. and you know, you know, this is the basics. So my people in the intuition course going, yeah, this is the basics. It's the basics of the basics, isn't it? But the intuition course in superconscious intuition, we would go right now. You must be able to know the difference in your body of what is a yes and what is a no. What is a yes and what is a no? Because if you don't know what is a yes and what is a no, when you have all your body in alignment, all you're going to do is go for things that your head thinks make sense. And your head, your logic brain, your thinking brain is completely built in negative visions. You must know when something is a yes on all levels and a no on all levels. You must become super conscious. Is it true? So our process of connecting with the superconscious is to go into innocence or drop into our heart space. Drop out of our head into our heart space. Connect with the superconscious through direct communication, learning to get a yes and learning to get a no. When you see me doing the superconscious work with you, I am asking binary yes-no questions with the field and getting binary yes or no answers back. So when I did recode yesterday, what you see me doing and how I go, hey, treat this. We have a list and then another list and another list. We have a first list of all what is possibly in the way. And I simply say, hey, superconscious, is it this? And I get a yes or a no. Is it this? Yes, no. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And then I ask superconscious, is that processing or do you need help? I'm not saying any of that out loud when I'm doing recode, okay? Because it would sound like complete chatter. If I spoke through the whole recode, this is how it would sound. Superconscious is it part, superconscious is it beliefs, superconscious is it this, superconscious is it that, superconscious is it decisions, is it emotions, what age, is it 1, is it 2, is it 3, is it 4, superconscious is it processing, superconscious do you need help, are there barriers to this, superconscious is it past lives, and that's what I'm constantly doing. When you see me working in the field with you, if you sometimes see my mouth moving or my fingers moving, it's because I'm constantly asking a question with the field. Does that make sense, everyone? Yep. Well, it's at least starting to understand. I connect into the field and you get it. When you learn recode, you'll also learn how to get a good yes and a good no as a bare minimum so that you can be asking and guiding the right instructions. When working in the infinite, when working in the field, the superconscious doesn't mind what coding you have. We must learn to get in a correct structure, push the resistance up into our awareness, and then remove just what's in the way of the creation. So that's why this is so important. So we learn to go into innocence. We learn to get out of our head and back into innocence, back into the field, back into our heart. This is when we're connected to the all. And I can do it fast, and we teach you how to do it through anchoring to get there fast. Then I use direct communication. You can see there, number 2, direct communication, and you can write down direct communication is getting a yes or getting a no. It's binary. Then number 3 is then I get information through a message or a symbol. So yesterday's recode was unbelievable. I got the message and the symbol, this whole metaphor of the bath and the bath plug and everything. And that's true, Victoria. And so you get information through a message or a symbol. Now, there's many people on here that have done recode with me many times. You know, there's probably someone on here that's done over 100 recodes with me. I guarantee it. No one's ever had a bathtub metaphor in the recode from me. It's never happened. It's never been there. It's not planned. When you work in the field, you work in symbols. And the symbol has and the metaphor has more information to the unconscious than words can. And there's a bunch of people here going, yep, never happened, never happened. Been in a masterclass for over a year, never happened. It's never happened. So that's what we're doing. We connect with the superconscious by going into our hearts and getting out of our limited perspective. Our limited perspective is housed by our thinking brain, which limits and collapses things into that's a particle, that's a particle, that's a particle. When we go into the infinite, into our heart field, that is when we open up the cloud of possibility. We move from ice to vapor. We go out or we go in, or whichever way you want it to see for you. Once we're in the field, we can then, we're not in our heads, we can then get yes, no, direct communication, which we're about to learn, direct communication with that field. And we can get symbols and metaphors and messages that then help you to create the shifts. You and I are separate, and we're the same. We are both the ocean, but have also the drop. When we choose to expand into our heart, which is the doorway where we're all connected through, we all return back to that ocean. That's when we can make changes, and then you get to go back to have your experience, and I get to have mine. That's recode. There's no trickery. There's no hypnosis. There's no trance. There's none of that. It's two powerful creators learning to let go of their limited perspective, go out into the open, shift and change from here, and come back. When William Tiller did his research about the double slit experiment, he found the better someone was at connecting with heart coherence, and he used Heart Math Institute trained meditators and Buddhist monks, the better they were at moving into their heart field, the more they were able to change how the light was flowing between the double slits. So the better you are at opening into the superconscious, the better you can shift other things. I'm really good at it. Leaving my head and going into the void. That's what I do. I can do it in seconds, and then that's when I help you to make the changes, because I collapse the wave with you. If you want to get better results with a recode, you will learn to let go of your thinking brain more and step even more into that open space. Does that sound good? Because there are people on this call that are way better than me at it. Sometimes I get on the recodes of the other coaches, because I only take one a week, and I sit there and I go, man, that was powerful. I sat on Julie's one about 2 months ago, and she knocked me off my seat. It was unreal, unbelievable, just big wow. So you really will get that once you do it. Yeah, that was just one on the top of my mind. I remember when Roche and Hannah would do recodes for our team, and I'd sit there going, I can't even type now. I don't know who I am. What just happened? And can I just ask those who've been on here, who's had some really powerful recodes from others that are certified coaches, some of the conscious education coaches, or even just working on a replay? Who's had the most amazing experience of a recode working on a replay? Blows me away. Yeah, lots of replays. See, when you're working in the infinite, you're above time and space. And many times I get the feeling that I'm not working with anyone who's on the call live with me. I'm working in someone who's gonna take the call later. And I still don't really know how that works. What I do know is that people get on the replays and they get amazing results. When I first started out, I said, guys, we need to have enough sessions so everyone can get on live. And then what happened was we streamed them to to Facebook. And then as we stream them, people just naturally did the replays. And here's a secret. The older the session is, the more people who have done the session, the more powerful the session becomes. Because it creates a morphogenetic field which houses a consciousness of that call. And so if you go to a September 2018 fear of failure recode that I did, it is amazing. I think there's a February 2019 recode. I might be getting these dates wrong. I might be off by a year. I don't know. But they're in the greatest hits. So go into your masterclass university. It's in the greatest hits. These are the ones, because I've been seeing the most, more hearts have gone into that field and created change, and it creates a spin. You don't have to believe me. Be an open-minded skeptic. Go take the class. It's sitting there recorded in your back office. You know, do you know what I mean? Go take it, try it out, and then send me a message. Let me know, because yeah, you can't know just by me saying it anyway. You have to be an open-minded skeptic and go and try it. You know what I mean? You just go, oh yeah, Chris, that makes sense. You should go try it. Sounds a bit wacky anyway, doesn't it? But we only it's just the truth. It does sound a bit wacky.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true. I love Richard Renee. All right. So let's carry on. Let's keep going. That's what we do, and you're going to step into it now. I'm on page 65 of your workbook. Okay. So we're going to create a body connection. Okay. And our first goal is to notice how a superconscious wants to create a yes or a no. Okay. If you remember the previous exercise, we were able to get a read on when there was a mistake, okay, or when something was true. We're just going to take it a little bit further, and we're going to get when something is a correct yes and when it's a correct no. Okay, when it's the right decision, this is what a yes feels like, and then this is what a no feels like. Okay, so everybody ready? Let's create a yes feeling in our body. So go ahead and close your eyes and decide to feel what it feels like to get it right and for it to be a big fat yes. Superconscious, ask your superconscious, we're gonna experience a yes. So with your eyes closed, imagine it. Notice how it feels in your body to get a yes when you are really feeling it. Decide what you're feeling right now is a big F yes. This is yes. Become fluent with this feeling. Become fluent with this feeling. Notice how it feels. Notice how it is. Notice how it is. Follow the exercise, Scott. Close your eyes and choose to feel a yes when something's a yes. When you're ready, open your eyes and tell me how it feels in your body to get a yes. How is it for you when you get a yes? When something's true, when it's yes, when you're going for it, it's a yes. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I would hope that it was a yes, that this is a book you should buy. This is a course you should be a part of. Where in your body do you feel yes? How's it going to be? Write it down so you know how your body will respond now and in the future when it's a yes. What's a yes for you going to be? Become fluent. Go back in. Feel it again. What's it like? What is a yes? Do it right now, Scott. Do it right now. I see you, brother. I know you. You got this. Do it right now. Let's go. What's a good yes? Come on. I know you. I've seen your applications. I know you're up for big things. This is what you would say to someone on your course. Let's go. What's a yes? Let's go. Great. So you're getting that. And make sure you got fluid. Write it down. Be in it. This is a yes. This is when I've done. This is a yes. This is when it's right. This is how it's going to feel. Typically, it feels in your heart, feels expansive, feels exciting. This is a yes. This is a yes. Okay. So now we're going to leave that, and we're going to get a no. We're going to get a no. Okay. So we're going to get a no. So close your eyes again. Let go of that. And I want you to remember incorrect or a no. We're going to choose to get a no. How is a no going to feel to you? How's a no? Close your eyes. Imagine no. When something's not right for you, it's a no. That's not right. No. Notice how you feel and experience it in your body. Become fluent with how no will feel. Where are you really feeling it? Experience it. Close your eyes. Decide that what you're feeling will become a no. Describe the no. Where's the no going to be? It should, in theory, be in a completely different place and completely different density, completely different to the yes. What is a no? How does a no feel? Make sure you write it down. I see a lot of you typing in, and that's great. Please also have it in your book so you truly know what's a yes and what's a no. Now, if you can only get one of the two, at least got half. So if it's that, you know it's a no, or if it's that, you know it's a yes. So if it's not that, then you at least know it's not a full yes or not a full no. So even if you've only got one of these two available, you can still get through it. So I said, just follow the exercise. I'm with all of you. I know exactly where we're going. So write down, what did you get for yes? What did you get for no? Make sure you have it. You're doing great. And it's your first time doing it, a lot of you. First time learning to acknowledge the signals coming from your body. Okay. So we're going to carry on, and we're going to start to use this. So go ahead, please, and let go of everything we've just been talking about. Remember the difference between a yes and a no. And I'd just like you to close your eyes. I think you can just close your eyes and just let go of needing to know. So just close your eyes, let go of needing to know, and choose to connect to your heart. What a beautiful gift it is to have this beating heart in your chest, and just choose to connect to that aspect of you. And breathe through that place. Just allow everything to wash away and just take some nice heart breaths, feeling good. Just feeling really good. And just count your breaths as you breathe in through your heart. Just focus on your heart, feeling grateful for the moment. Just be, just let it go. Just as you breathe in, experience the universe breathing out. As you breathe out, experience the universe breathing in. Just feel grateful for the moment. And now ask to connect to your superconscious. In your mind, ask a question with the expectation to get a yes or a no feeling in your body. So breathing into your heart, ask the open-ended question in your mind, hey, superconscious, are you there? Notice what you feel, and then let me know how that went. So just connect to your heart, let it all go, and ask, hey, superconscious, are you there? Lisa says, felt a yes. Suzanne, wow. Annika, immediate yes. Helene, holy crap. Nyla, got a yes. Cynthia, felt it, got a chill. My finger twitched like my yes. Anna, got a no. Karen, superconscious right there. Smile, yes. Instant yes, Nada. It was a yes. I felt happy, Marie. In heart, Annika. Sensational, says Perry. Yes, says Susan. Chest felt like butterflies, Allison. Cat, hey cat. A big yes. Big old yes, says Lindsay. Michelle, OMG. I felt a rush in my heart. Felt heavy like a no. I got the chills. Made me smile. It's there, says Lee. Got Terry. Strong yes. Crikey, not what I expected. It's very expanded. I saw the light. All right, there's 99 more messages on top of this. If you get a no, then you've just got a cheeky superconscious. Who gave you that no? Hey, superconscious, are you there? No. No, I'm not. No, it's not me. If you got to know, ask another open question. Who is it then? So, some feedback. Give me some thumbs up, or the little hand icon if you're here on Zoom, or post in the chat. How cool is it just to watch a couple thousand people all create a direct communication with their higher self, their superconscious, their connection to the all, whatever you want to call it, Sue, James, David, Bob, whatever it is that you want to name it, we call it our superconscious. How great is it, eh? Now, I would never expect 100% of people to be like, yes, I got it the first time. You may need to practice this. You may need to practice this. The key, you connect to your heart. So if we go back a page to 64, go into innocence, drop into your heart, connect with the superconscious through a direct communication. So we'll carry on. Superconscious short name is just Sue. It's just Sue, because clearly superconscious is feminine. Well, clearly. Clearly. Just so anyone that thinks that I was being serious, that's a complete joke. Superconscious is not masculine or feminine. It's an infinite intelligence. Love you guys. Cool. So, we're moving forward. When we're working with the superconscious, we want to create a container or a structure to work with it. We don't just want to get all the information that's available. We want to create a structure. Okay. So we'll do the process again, but this time we're going to get the yes or the no around a decision you need to make. Is my sound low for anyone? Can everyone hear me okay? Is my sound okay? Candace, sorry, it's actually your sound. Yeah, there you go, cool. So I'm not sure why it's quiet for you, but everyone else, it says it's good, so. No problems, but thanks for asking, because if no one tells me if my sound is not good, then I don't know to ask, you know. So if it isn't good for you, please do ask. So I don't know. All right. So we're going to do the process again, but we're going to do it around a decision that you need to make. Okay. It doesn't have to be a big decision or a small decision. Could everyone think about a decision that you might need to make coming up? You know, even if it's small or trivial, about what to do tomorrow, what clothes to wear, versus something big, whatever it is. You know, would you be able to think up a decision, and we're going to use the superconscious to give you an answer around a decision. Wouldn't it be great through life? You didn't just have to try to make decisions based on just what your brain thinks is right. You can get a superconscious answer straight down. You can know what your higher self thinks, and then still use your brain as well. Does that make sense? That would be very good. So, can everyone think of a decision that you need to make? I'd like it to be a either or decision. Do I do this or do I do this? You know, do I wear do I wear my blue jacket or my red jacket? Just whatever. Or do I go to, to this thing or this thing? Do I start that or do I do this? Just really, really binary. Does that sound good? Okay. You ready? You ready to become super conscious? You ready to give it your first go? You happy to be new? You happy to be learning? All right. Some of you go, Chris, I'm certified. This is basics. Let's go. I'm ready. All right. So go ahead and close your eyes when you're ready. Go ahead, close your eyes, and choose to connect to your heart. Choose to connect to your heart. Let go of needing to know. Let go of the moment and just feel into your heart and all the wonder of human existence. Count your breaths as you connect to your heart, feeling really good, feeling expansive, feeling the all, feeling connected to everything. Notice your heart and how grateful you are for what you are. Focus on that, feeling so grateful for everything you've been given, you didn't have to pay for. Just feel grateful. Expand and feel good. With your eyes closed, expanded, feeling great, to your superconscious, and know if you get around, it is there. Ask the open-ended question with your eyes closed, superconscious, are you there? And notice what you feel. Allow whatever to be true to be there. Now let's create a container or structure of the information we wish to receive. Command your superconscious. Superconscious, I want you to show me a yes. Notice how you feel. Stay with your eyes closed. Experience that. Superconscious, show me a no. With your eyes closed, experience that. Now, think of a decision you need to make. Think of both options that you could choose. Step into one of the options in your mind and ask superconscious, is this the right decision? Notice how you feel. Was it a yes or was it a no? When you're ready, open your eyes and let me know how you went. Farad says, when I ask the superconscious for a yes, I get a painful contraction in my gut. Is it supposed to be like that? It's supposed to be however it is that it is for you. How is that? Are you getting some good information? You can go back in. You can ask the other option, is this the right option for me? How good is this, by the way? How good is this? When I learned how to do this, I no longer had to make judgments from my mind. And what happened was things that don't make sense, I would get a yes, I would follow them. And then by following them, they would turn into things I could never have imagined possible. They didn't make sense, but I would get a yes, and it would turn into these amazing things. And then when my head would get in the way, I would always limit myself or shorten myself. And so here's what you're learning. And this is, this is a really good thing to learn, is to become fluent with what is a yes and what is a no for you. And that is powerful. Oh, goes, yeah. She says, my superconscious doesn't want me to have any more coffee today. See, things like that, I don't listen to, That's just, superconscious doesn't know everything. Coffee's always a yes, isn't it? That's funny. Cool. When you learn to connect to the higher aspects of you and the different communication channels, you become and have a working relationship with so much more than you are. Okay. And this is just absolutely brilliant. And of course, we're just learning. It's just the basics. We're just moving. This is you. This is you. You're not talking with an aspect of you that's not you, right? This isn't like there's not some being that is super conscious. It's always been there. It's an aspect of you, your consciousness. You're just learning how to take what is in your super conscious and bring it in with a working relationship to your consciousness. Does that make sense? So it's you learning to be connected to aspects and parts of you that you really haven't been using. Is it true? It really isn't outside of you. It is you. It is us. It is a field of information that we can all get information from. And it's very, 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 very exciting. So that was a good session. We spent a good hour on that. I know it didn't seem like an hour, but we came back at 20 past the hour last hour. So we're going to have another short break. When we come back, moving into receiving guidance. They ain't seen nothing yet, and it's on the one before. So we've got a lot to cover. Hold on to your seat. Remember, you're in masterclass. You've got a whole year. If you've just got the book and not in masterclass yet, you need to be there. Okay? You need to be there. It can take a while to assimilate. We have coaching every week, and we have the online program. And those of you entered in for Superconscious Transformation, masterclass is included in it. So when we come back, we're going into receiving guidance, the wisdom process, and then we're doing the crowning exercise for today, which is the blue mist exercise / innocence meditation. You guys rock. It's 13 minutes past the hour. We'll have a 7-minute break. Let this settle. Love you to write down your top 2 or 3 things for the breakout rooms. Post them in. Do all the things that you need to do. Feed your cat. Get yourself some snacks. Get back to your desk. We are going into some more exercises. The wisdom process, guidance, blue mist. You ain't seen nothing yet. See you in 6 minutes. 20 past the hour, we start. Go. All right, good stuff. Welcome back. Everyone's feeling the love. This is the last program you ever need. You learn how to do it all. That's the key. Can't hear me? Can you not hear me? Hear me now? That's good. I just gave you the secrets to the universe, so that's probably why. You know, really enjoying today, and the secret is you're powerful, and this is the last course you ever need because we teach you how to do it. You know, that's funny, Victoria. So we're really taking this to the next level, and we're going to go into receiving guidance on page 66, which is right there, which is perfect. It's muffled. Is the sound not good? You guys can you hear me good or what? It's perfect. It's good. Okay, good. Lots of people are saying it's good. Not as clear as before. I'm not sure, but some people say it is good now. It isn't good. I don't know. All right, here we are. Okay, so receiving guidance on page 66. So now you've learned how to connect to your superconscious and receive direct information, and you can get a no. Now it's time to get even more information. Okay, so you know that. Let me see if I can turn the volume up for you guys. Is that better if it's a bit louder? Yeah, that better? I've turned it up a bit. Is that even better or is that too loud? Better, good. Good. Half people are saying perfect. Others are being like, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I haven't changed anything. So, okay, good. So here we are. You can increase your level that you play at and move into a place where you can actually get guidance. So if you can connect to the field, if you can get a yes and a no, great. I just want to let you know, none of this is needed to be able to be inside a masterclass and do what we're doing, because we do it all for you in masterclass. I'm just helping you learn the next level so that you can take it, and that's really good. So you're not broken. The superconscious is the same as saying I'm self-conscious. I'm self-conscious. I'm superconscious. I have a subconscious. It's all you. It's all me. Okay. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know what's happening with my sound. Is my sound all right? Is it a team member? Where's some of my team out there? CC team. It's fine, Galit. Sound is good. What's that, Lexi? It's fine, you're in. Okay, there's more than enough people saying that the sound is great and fine. So I think a couple people, if the sound is not good for you, it's not what on my end. Yeah. All right, good. Okay, so now we want to take it to the next level and receive guidance, okay? And the key is allowing yourself to receive it, but you have to learn to decipher the guidance. Your superconscious and unconscious will work together, and they will want to give as much information in the most effective way possible. The unconscious and superconscious aspects of you have had a working relationship since before you had a language. Okay? Before you had language. they work in pre-verbal communication. So it's going to work with symbols, metaphors, stories, and images. When you receive guidance from your superconscious field, it is never, ever literal or negative. It's never literal. You must learn to receive the guidance and then decipher its meaning. Okay? When we're working with this, it's about you receiving the guidance and sharing that and learning what you should do and creating a relationship. So who wants to take it and do an advanced process? Who would like to go next level? You're going, wow, this is really expanding me. I thought recode was big. I mean, we did structure on day one. That was wild. You're teaching me about structure and how to create, not problem solve. And then we did recode and after that, and now we talk about true choices. And I'm like, wow. And now I'm doing body. What's next? Symbols and metaphors and guidance from a part of me that's a non-local, infinite source of intelligence. I thought I was just getting a couple-day course to help me get rid of my fear of public speaking. What the heck are we doing now? Well, all I have to say is something brought you here, and you've always known there was more to this human experience and to what you are. There's more. If you could be an innovator, if you can connect with your genius, if you can do the second aspect of working with the superconscious, which is intuition, you become so powerful because you can make better decisions. And decision points allow you to be a better manifester and allows you not to walk into patterns and situations that are just straight wrong, and allows you to stop making every decision from a part of you that really defines itself as self-conscious and in polarity. If you want to live super consciously, you do want to know how to do the wisdom process. And this is how we can use your end results and know the information of what is the next actions to take. So we're just going next level, and we're going to go right into how to use the wisdom process. So on page 66, it says the wisdom process starts off by deciding the end result. Okay, it's so important that when you work with the superconscious, that you give clear instructions about what information you're wanting to receive. If you don't create a container and a focal point about what it is you want to receive, you're going to get bad intel. You're going to get so much intel. The more you focus it, the better you are to receive information that's useful. So first we access your superconscious by going out of your head and into your heart, into innocence. Then we ask open-ended questions, and we're going to receive a symbol, metaphor, or vision so that we can truly get the answers. Now, when we do the exercise, which is coming up, and you step in and you get a vision, it's not literal. It's not literal. It's up for you to decide what that means. If you see or get the sense that you've got a house in nature, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to buy a house in nature. It might mean that you need to connect with your true essence, or that if you spend time in nature, you're going to find the right romantic interest for you. It's not literal. It's about the superconscious giving you information in packets. We all know that a picture is worth 1,000 what? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So what's a movie worth then? What's a movie worth? What's a symbol worth? You see? What's a feeling worth? So your superconscious, when I say the word symbol, a symbol symbolizes the information that it's trying to give you. So everyone, write this down. A symbol could be a picture, a sound, a word, a vision, a movie, a feeling. It can be it can be a song. It can be where are my intuition graduates? Well, about to be graduates. Superconscious intuition. What else can a symbol be? What other symbols have you got? What could it be? Movie in your head. Yeah. Could be a memory. Smell. Could be an animal. Yeah. So we're going to get a symbol. The symbol, that's right, it could be a non-symbol. Thanks, Jason. It could be a nothingness. The symbol is not the message. The symbol contains the message when you decipher the symbol. So we'll go through the process. The first thing we do is we focus on what we're wanting to receive information on. Okay. Next, we connect to the superconscious. We may want a muscle test, get direct communication, yes, no. And then we're going to ask open-ended questions to get a symbol, vision, or metaphor on what is the true answer. Okay? The only way to decipher what it means is to interpret it. So I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to work with somebody through the wisdom process. So could everyone put their hands down right now? I can see that there's 16 people with a little hand icon up. Okay, so put those all down. You can just click hand down, and we're going to we're gonna work together. I'm going to work with one person. So the person that I want to work with, and it's going to be great, is a person. And by the way, if you're out there on YouTube, now's a good time to come join us over on Facebook. So I'll just close down YouTube for this session, so that if you do want to be on, come join us over on Facebook, so you can be on there. Does that sound good? Cool. Essie will post you the link now. Okay, so I'll just close down. There's the link. I'll leave it up for a minute or two, and then I'll close it down. Okay. So if you want to be the person that works with me on Zoom, okay, you'll be on Zoom, you're here, is number one, all the rules apply from yesterday. Here are the rules, real quick. Number one, you must have good internet. Number two, you must have good audio. Number three, you must have good video. So no screaming kids. You can't be in your, at the beach. You can't have kids being kids or dogs being dogs. We just don't, we love all of them. We just can't have them. We do need to have good Wi-Fi, good internet, so we can have a good conversation. And I'm not saying I will, but if I choose to use our session for marketing, you give me all rights to use it for whatever it is that I get to use it for, and you're going to have no complaints if you see the recording on Instagram. So you're completely happy with that being out there. So you're cool with that. And then the last requirement is that you choose to be a great demonstration for the group, like just a bloody great demonstration. You really set the tone for everyone else to follow through, and you're going to give it your all. And if that's you, and you're happy with all of that, and you meet those requirements, go to the little hand up icon here. If you're on YouTube, please click the Facebook link. I'm just going to close the YouTube down now.